all the surrounding rock you see, without exception, is granite. Ain't no gold in any hunk of granite as far as I'm aware. Ain't nobody ever found any. There's not some sitting in a museum somewhere. You don't find gold in granite. It just doesn't work that way. You find gold by itself as a gold nugget or gold flake out in a creek or a stream. You find it mixed with other metals like iron, copper, and sulfur, make the gold be impure. Or you find it trapped inside of white quartz like that right there. In this mine, that's what we was looking for. Just the vein you see exposed right now still contains roughly right around, give or take, $400,000 worth of gold sitting in it this second today. Which makes you wonder, okay, if there's $400,000 of gold in the wall, and we own the wall, and we call ourselves gold miners, why are we at work? Why are we at work in overalls? And why are we not retired fishing somewhere? What's the deal here? Okay? It's because the kind of gold is there. Each piece of gold in that rock is the same size as a grain of flour. Y'all ever made homemade biscuits? Okay? So get you a bag of flour, you'll make some biscuits. Open it up, get you a magnifying glass pair of tweezers. Dig out 1 grain of flour. That's how big the gold is. Okay? It's a big, long, complicated process. First off, you got to define the vein, which is hard enough. You got to drill a bunch of holes in the wall. We'll discuss that here in a second. Fill them holes with dynamite. Blow them up. Now you got big hunks of rock with little specks of gold stuck in there, laying on the ground. Pick them up, put them in a mine cart, send them back up top, run through what's called a stamp mill. A stamp mill is basically an overglorified building with a conveyor belt that makes a loop like so. You put the rock on one side, starts moving through. A bunch of hammers driven by a water wheel, drop up and down the pulverize into powder. Now you've got gold powder and rock powder all mixed together. See how this gets complicated real quick? Okay. They couldn't really use any type of gas motor down here because the gases would have built up and breathed in carbon monoxide. So Westinghouse made an electric locomotive they hooked onto the mine carts with, running like a bumper car nowadays. There's a copper wire between your feet underneath that track. There's been a copper wire hanging out of that ceiling. There'd been a rod on an electric locomotive that had clipped on the copper wire. There's your circuit. Power here, power forwards and backwards to get the rock out of the mine. This thing right here is without a doubt the coolest thing anywhere in the consolidated gold mine today. It's what's called a drifter drill, D-R-I-F-T-E-R, drifter drill. And the reason I think it's so cool is because of its story. This one is really cool because of the way the things it's gone through, if you will. Drifter drills to begin with, they're basically built to replace a stoke drill. Stoke drill went over your shoulder, had a lot of problems, I couldn't stand it. They basically took every complaint I just made and fixed it with this model. Right off the bat, stoke drill, I gotta hold up, I gotta drive it in the ceiling. Am I even touching that one? Nope. Whole lot easier than the operator. I'm much happier with that design right off the bat. Okay? Now stoke drill goes up. This thing is not pointed up, it's pointed that way. Which makes me think it's going to go that way. So I can drill horizontal with it now instead of just up. But it's called a drifter drill. If I loosen the nuts and bolts right here, I can push on it, press on it, push down on it, pick up on it, and it'll pivot on this axis and this axis at the same time. So I can drift it whatever angle I want to drill a hole at. Hence the name drifter drill. If I wanted to, I'd loosen them up, twist it like this, and drill a hole straight up, and effectively replace the stoke drill. Now, as I'm drilling up, though, I'm still grinding rock in the dust with that same star-shaped drill bit. We'll make a lot of dust fall down, I'm still going to breathe it in, right? That's a water battle. Let's water through the hollow machine, through the hollow drill bit into the hole we're drilling. As it does that, it spins around, spraying water around the hole, wetting the dust, making mud. Moms in the crowd, dust or dirt plus water makes what? Which comes down the wall, gets your clothes all kinds of nastified, you get dirty, you get home, track mud on the carpet, but can you breathe mud? Whole lot safer than the guy using it, okay? Much better tool. The reason this one again is so cool is because of what it's gone through. This one was made in 1904 by a company called Ingersoll Rand, who made all of our drifter drills. They brought it here in 04. We used it until 06. It's 1906. 1906 they shut down. They didn't find any more gold, they went bankrupt, they got everybody out of here and caused 2 cave-ins on purpose. One about 45 yards that way and one back below the glory hole. Now, logic question. We got a tunnel, we got a cave-in and a cave-in. Remember where I was swinging the hammer, drilling the hole with the hammer? Remember the water falling in there? That's about here on our mini map. Letting water in every second, every minute of every day with cave-ins on either side. Starting to see the problem? It's going to flood, right? This place flooded from the floor to the ceiling. It stayed that way for 85 years before the soul come down here. 85 years old, they pulled a rock out of that side, the water come rushing out, brought in the pressure washer, washed all the dirt and muddy clay out, uncovered this thing, said, hey, that's a cool looking hunk of junk. We're gonna hose that off. Washed all the dirt and mud off it, realized that was a really bad idea because stainless steel wasn't a thing in 1906. Which means this ain't stainless steel. Been underwater for 85 years. With a pressure washer that exposed to air, it's gonna rust like crazy. So one really smart employee kind of figured all that out in his head, said, uh-oh, I got an idea. Went up to town with Ace Hardware and come back with a 5-gallon bucket full of the best thing mankind has ever invented to this day. It's called water displacer recipe 40. Y'all ever heard of that? WD-40. WD-40, that's right. Got a 5-gallon bucket, popped the top, poured the whole thing on here. Left it on for 3 days. Got thinking, you know, I don't see any gripping gaping holes or missing parts on the compressed air cylinder. That looks pretty good. The drill bit here would have had to spin to ground the rock in the dust. We soaked in WD-40, wondered if we could spin it. So they grabbed hold of it, they went 1, 2. Man, I can spin that with 2 fingers. It ain't even hung up. Now, if that still spins, the compressed air cylinder looks good. What happens if we hook it to an airline? See, my thought process is either it's going to have to work or it's going to blow up. There's nowhere for the air to go. Y'all got any duct tape and a pocket knife? We're going to rig it up. They hooked it up with air tank with a pocket knife and roll duct tape. I'm not even kidding. Turned it on and it fired. I've been underground, underwater, untouched for longer than I'm going to live. Okay? All of this happened 25 plus years ago and it still works. To this day, it's the original 1904 piece of equipment. Now, that's an impressive story and the impressive claim. It does not sound believable. That's fine. So I'm going to fire it up. Make a little bit of noise. We're going to cover you here as you can. So I can get that welcome to. I'm going to fire it up in about 3, 2. What's today's? All right, here we go. You find me a cooler piece of history I want a video. That's pretty doggone awesome. Yeah. As I heard back at the top, y'all have any questions, you're welcome to pick my brain, ask anything that you want to. Only thing you're not allowed to ask, how old I am and how much y'all weigh. That's off the table. Anything else you want to know, you can ask me.